Hey guys, what's up? It's TheThirdKnight here. After uploading the 2K subs event details video, it was pretty clear that there were some people who wanted an EoC event after some of the comments on the video as well as the ratings. Not that they were very bad or anything, but it still doesn't change the fact that they're still there. I've tried to explain the future of the videos I make on this channel and what to expect and what not to expect from me in terms of EoC related videos and old school RS related videos previously. Except I guess I just haven't been clear enough, so it's important I explain this and I don't disappoint anyone in the future. I don't expect this video to be met with a great amount of love, but it's the hard facts that need to be said. In short, I'm not going to be making any EoC related videos in the future unless the following issues that I talk about are addressed, or there is a very big update such as RS3 or similar, or a new piece of content that is actually genuinely a lot of fun to play is released, such as a new minigame. So what are the issues I'm referring to, you may ask? Well, I'm referring to the completely unbalanced combat on the EoC servers, which are completely dominated by overpowered weapons and overpowered armor. Weapons and armor that allow you to solo the highest level monsters in the game with relative ease, such as your Dragor weaponry and your Tetsu and all of the ports armor. However, that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem, in my opinion, is Squeak of Fortune and the lack of money sinks in the game. Those are just the pure facts. You can't dispute them. They're in the game. There are problems, and that's the reality. The EoC beta was incomplete when it was rolled out, and as I and many other YouTubers said before it was launched, and as a result, for the first 6 months, you could camp God Wars Dungeon indefinitely without any prayer points or food, with combat stats of around level 70 to 80. While there has been a lot of updates to the combat since then, it's still possible to camp every God Wars Dungeon boss without any food solo, and it has been too little too late. On top of all the items brought into the game throughout that time, there has been the biggest problem of the Squeak of Fortune and the lack of money sinks. Firstly, there are no decent money sinks currently on the main game. If people die PBMing or wherever, generally they'll get all of their items back due to the nature of how easy it is to get around, as well as gravestones that last for ridiculously long times, and then on top of this you have the Squeak of Fortune. If you do the simple calculations about the Squeak of Fortune, you'll see my point pretty quickly. I get 1,095 spins for free in 1 year because of getting 3 a day with my gold premiere package, which usually I do when I log in for ports once a day for 5 minutes. Just quickly, I still do ports and my spins just in case of coming back for reasons I said at the very start of this video. I find that I get a minimum of 10k GP for 3 spins that is completely free and instant each day. And then on top of that, I also get a minimum usually of 1 XP lamp or around 7 to 8k free XP for a skill of my choice or a randomly selected skill. Now, the XP rewards may vary slightly for other players because when you use an XP lamp, usually the way it's calculated is you get XP based on the level of the skill that you use it on. Not that it matters much because during seasonal events such as Halloween or Christmas, you'll get items that give large amounts of XP for the Squeak of Fortune anyway. So that's 10k GP, and let's say between 4 to 10k XP a day on average minimum. There have been a lot of days I've actually received a lot more XP and GP than that from my spins, such as the past 2 days when I got 2 pairs of the Samed's gloves or whatever they were that gave me 500k each when I converted them to coins, and they would have given me 5 mil each had I used them on skills, or a minimum of 100k each if I was on a new account. But let's leave that out for now because it may have just been luck. Now, if I calculate those averages relative to the amount of spins I received, which as I said was 1,095 spins a year, that's a minimum of around 10 to 11 mil a year for doing absolutely nothing, and then on top of that, between 4 to 10 million free XP a year as well for doing absolutely nothing, all from the Squeak of Fortune. If you then change it to only 2 spins a day, as everyone with members will get 2 spins, not everyone has a gold membership package, then that is still 2/3 of what I just said, which is still an absolute shitload, and then maybe take away 1/3 of that for the days people miss their daily spins, and it's still around at least 3 to 4 mil GP and XP a year average minimum. That's a shitload of free stuff for doing absolutely nothing. The real problem is the sheer number of people who are doing that. Keep in mind, free to play players also get 1 spin a day for, just for completely playing, it's 100% free. So there are even at least, there are at least 30 to 50k active members on average doing spins that equal a minimum of around 3 to 4 mil GP and XP a year for doing nothing each, without even calculating the number of free-to-play players who also do theirs, and anyone else who has the gold premiere package and get 3 a day, or the people that get lucky items that then they convert to coins for large amount of cash. For example, lucky bandish tassets, or other promotional items such as the Squeak of Fortune, fish masks, and like the Samed gloves and all that sort of stuff. And that's also not even including the people who actually buy spins. So the minimum GP and XP being brought into the game, if you calculate the very minimum spins and 30k active members, which is 30k times 4 million, which 4 million is the average GP and XP per year, absolute minimum. That is a minimum of around 120 billion in GP and XP coming into the game from players doing absolutely nothing, when in reality it's probably at least double or triple that number, or even a little bit more. So that's once you've factored everything in I just mentioned. So now, above all, the biggest problem with all of that, minus the free XP which everyone has gotten for doing nothing and that will never be deducted from accounts, is there are no big sinkholes in the game, meaning money and items will keep coming into the game and not leaving it. So there is too much money in the game and not enough coming out. In my opinion, the time the RS economy was best was when there were bounty hunter worlds and PvP worlds, as when people died they completely lost their items and the PK would usually not get much of the items the player who died actually lost. As a result, there were a lot less items in the game, such as granite moles, whips, dark bows, etc. And so they were worth a lot more, and PvM and PvP was worth doing, as you also had statuettes and other unique PvP items that were worth getting as drops. Unlike now, where whips and dark bows are a measly 100k each, when they used to be around 3 to 4 mil each, and that's not due to the EoC. Before the EoC, they were around 400k each anyway. Not to mention, there's the no free trade around that time, meaning gold farming and bots were at an all-time low, which is another contributing factor to more and more money coming into the game right now. So hopefully you can see my point and how the main game has a lot of big issues that need to be solved, and why I'm not going to be making any EoC videos in the future unless they are addressed or similar, as I said at the start of this video. Thanks for watching. I won't be offended at all if people who are here for EoC videos unsubscribe now, because I won't be making any videos in the foreseeable future besides for maybe RS3. If you do, thanks very much for following my channel and watching my videos. Despite all the issues I've discussed, I really did enjoy making a lot of EoC videos for you while there was no knowledge of the old school RuneScape coming out and everything. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here, and so yeah, thanks very much for subscribing and all the time that you've spent watching my videos and all the interaction and stuff. It's been absolutely awesome, and it's really unfortunate it's come down to this. So anyway, that's it for this video. Hopefully not too many of you are angry, but now, as I said, it was important for me to make this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next video.